Hey guys, Ghost here, just talking about the game that happened. By the time you're seeing this, it's probably the next day. But I got to get this off the chest before it's on the internet. So, Raiders beat the Broncos by a narrow margin. First of all, just say the bad things because this was a win. Todd Downing, terrible second half. They didn't score at all in the second half, and they were sitting on it. You're up 21-0, and you're playing these conservative play calls. And if it weren't for that last play call where there's the pass at the end, who knows what could have happened? That one play call probably saved his job. That was some passive nonsense that I've seen where he sat on the defense. So yeah, that's probably the biggest negative of the game. And obviously, Aqib Talib, the ejection of Michael Crabtree and so on, that was awful. I obviously hated that moment, but it was pretty much a rematch of last year. That was BS. But on to the positives. Obviously, the first half, we saw the best first half in Raiders football since week 2 against the Jets. Like we saw some explosive offense, some vertical passing. It's been a while since we've seen that. It has been. Obviously, Amari Cooper was a little bit hurt, but he made some nice plays today, and credit given where it's due. But the other positive was Paxton Lynch being terrible. I mean, there was that pick. Finally, the Raiders got an interception. It took forever. I forgot the record, but I think it's a record the Raiders went this many weeks without an interception. So finally, and then they took advantage of it the other way, so that's good. Yeah, the defense played well today, but I know Ken Norton Jr. was fired, so hopefully that was a wake-up call. But I think this was really more Paxton Lynch being terrible. And when Simeon came in, you notice the Broncos were scoring at the end, and that's not good. They were one stop away from possibly tying the game. And really they had no business being in the game at all. There was some terrible play calling in the second half. I blame most of that on Downing. I have my conspiracy theories and thoughts why he's coaching and not Musgrave, who was on the other sideline. But I'm not going to get into that for this video. I mean, the Raiders are not dead, but they're not a good team. They're just a mediocre team, and they're lucky the rest of the field is mediocre. I think, the Chiefs have lost a lot of games lately. The Broncos have lost 7 in a row. I know the Chargers are quietly right in the hunt, too. They got the same record. So, once again, I won't be scoreboard watching. I know a lot of teams in the wild card race. It's really stupid right now. But I'm not gonna scoreboard watch except the Raiders game. If they don't beat the Giants, it means nothing, absolutely nothing next week. So obviously you got to win the game next week, a game against a team that really has nothing to play for. And if you don't win the game next week, your season it feels done. It won't be mathematically done, but it would feel done if you lose to a team like the Giants. They're going to gain ground with someone because the Chiefs are playing the Chargers next week. So you got to win. It's that simple. Just you got to win those kind of games and take care of business. We'll see what goes on, but I liked what I saw from Derek Carr in the first half. I thought that first half was solid. I don't know about Downing, guys. I don't know what the hell Downing has done, and I don't know what to think of this defense because Paxton Lynch was really terrible. I thought, this brings me to the other point about the Broncos. Is John Elway terrible at drafting a quarterback? I mean, he likes drafting these big guys with a big frame and so on. He hasn't drafted a good quarterback. I mean, Simeon is the best guy he's drafted. Paxton Lynch, Brock Osweiler, Trevor Simeon. Obviously, Peyton Manning was not drafted. So, yeah, it's just me. They can't find a good quarterback with a guy who is a quarterback as their general manager or front office executive. I don't know. I'm just happy we haven't lost 7 in a row, unlike some other teams in the NFL. It could be worse, guys. It could be worse, but this team is still mediocre. I'm not going to get all pumped up and excited. Just everyone else is mediocre too, and the Raiders are fortunate to be in the race. See you guys later.